graduate school has just been considered like dropping out a few times throughout the program because okay, so my bag just broke. My bag literally broke. Like, what actually is this? Only this one works. Which is, I guess it is okay because I usually only use one strap anyways, but this is annoying, like, when it gets too heavy, you want to use two. But you can't, because now this has happened. This has happened. This really has happened. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Omar, and today I just want to talk about grad school. I want to talk about graduate school and just how I am almost done with my thesis. It's a capstone project, but we have to do it like a body of work, a body of written work, and it's about it's between 45 to 60 pages, so I just call it a thesis. That's the part that I'm almost done with, finally, after almost over a year now. This has been such a long journey. Graduate school is no joke. And so just some context about me and my graduate school experience. I came to Egypt to do my master's at the American University in Cairo, and I've been here for 2 years, a little bit over 2 years now, for graduate studies, and I loved it. I was able to come here, pursue a degree while also learning Arabic on the side, and just also making, great connections with people like from the university and in the community. It's been a great experience overall, and I loved my academic journey here in Egypt, and I don't regret it at all. And I'm just so grateful for all the doors that it's opened me, both professionally and academically. I feel like I am amongst a community of people who are well seasoned in their careers. But graduate school has just been, and I've considered dropping out a few times throughout the program because I figured, why am I here? I've taken classes that I loved, and I've taken classes that I hated. I've taken classes that have helped me figure out the direction I want to go in terms of the global affairs space. And it also gave me insight into what I don't want to do in the future because, just having studied in Egypt and coming from a U.S. academic background, there's a lot of different knowledge that I've been able to obtain here that I was, I guess, sheltered from in the States, because just coming here and being able to really just activate my own independent thinking and to thrive in that and to really be able to develop a perspective of my own from my own experience living here. That was such a great, opportunity as well. So it just gave me insight into where I want to be, where I don't want to be, what I like, what I don't like. And that's what graduate school is, right? I think lots of us, we go into graduate school with a career plan or a career goal in mind, and that also begins to change sometimes, just because when you're in a program and you just learn the different facets of what you're studying, you realize what's out there. And I feel like one of my favorite courses that I took in my graduate program, which I did not expect to take, which I did not expect to like at all, but I loved the course because it really just helped me with alignment with where I want to go. It was a course on, it was called International Organizations. And there was a section in that course that focused on civil society. So civil society and the role that citizens play in trying to influence democratic processes, whether it be in the form of, NGOs or foundations or campaigns, anything that's not government led, any group that is not government led. So that's a part of civil society. And I loved that chapter. I loved it. So I'm really excited to just finish this thesis and just to focus on what I want to do. So, but yeah, the graduate school experience overall, graduate school itself, I don't think it's pretty hard, especially when you do go into graduate school right after undergrad, because you're still kind of like in the phase of, you understand how to study, you understand the type of student you are, you understand what works for you, and you already understand that about yourself. And so I went into graduate school already understanding how I study. I understand that I study and I am more productive in solitude. So I cannot do group study sessions. I've never been able to do that. I study the best when I've just woken up, which really helps a lot in graduate school, because at least for me, like, I wasn't working and my graduate courses were at night. And so I was able to wake up in the morning, get my work done, study, essays, whatever I had to do, and I felt more productive in the morning, and I already understood that about myself. So I was able to omit the process of trying to really understand who I was as a student. So global affairs is a good degree. I think it's really it's versatile, but it's not too niched, you know what I mean, or niche, whatever you call it, however you call that. In undergrad, I studied translation and interpreting for languages, right? And I was going to go into graduate school and pursue the same thing, in hopes of becoming one day like a conference interpreter, a diplomatic interpreter, just something like where I could use languages in a political space. And I realized I don't really need to get a degree in that. I don't really think I want to be an interpreter for diplomatic processes. I can just, I would rather have a career where I can travel the world, create an impact, and still use my languages as an asset, but not really have a language-focused career, if that makes sense. I changed my area of study and I went into global affairs with the concentration in international security. So my department had two concentrations, right? We had international security and international cooperation. I took courses from both. They gave me the chance to understand how the world works, how governments interact, cooperate in processes that are embedded in joint cohesion and co-creation, things like that. And it was so interesting. I loved the courses that I was able to take in graduate school. I loved what I took in my university. But we're at the thesis stage, and I've been doing this thesis for over a year, because so for our program, before you take the thesis in your third semester, so there's 4 semesters. In the third semester, you have to take, excuse the noise in the background, by the way, this is Egypt, Cairo, so it's a bit noisy all times of night. So in my program, it's supposed to be 4 semesters. So in the third semester, that's when you take your research methods course. The research methods course, that's what prepares you for your thesis or capstone in your last semester. So I began writing my thesis in that third semester. So I began doing the literature review, coming up with the abstract, things like that. And then the 4th semester, that's when I was really just hands-on writing my thesis. But I also had 2 other courses in addition to my thesis, and so that kind of made it hard. I ended up not finishing the thesis my 4th semester. It was just so much, and I figured I could create better quality work if I had more time to do it, and I did not want to rush, because for my topic, I was very passionate about it. So I'm talking about civil society groups, reverting back to the civil society course that I took, which inspired this topic. But I'm talking about civil society groups and their role in trying to advance or to push for the nuclear disarmament movement. It's been a long journey. It's been such a long journey, and I did not finish my thesis in the 4th semester. So this is my 5th semester pretty much, and it's already almost coming to an end. It's already November, and it's due December 11th, but my advisor wants us to submit it 2 weeks in advance so we could give them time to review it. So I have to send it in, I think, by like November 20 something. So I still have like some time, but it's been a long journey. This thesis has been a long journey. I'm honestly burnt out. This topic was really interesting to me in the beginning when I initiated this topic, but yeah, I'm at the point where like I want change. I really do want change, and I think that also gave me insight into who I am as a person as well. Just having had this project for such a long time, I realized I'm a person who just loves change. If I'm working on the same thing for a long time, I get bored. So yeah, but it's still a very interesting topic. Maybe I'll talk about it on this channel one day with you guys in more depth. And yeah, I was writing and I just thought to myself, why don't I just talk about graduate school with my subscribers? So I'll just leave it there. If you guys have any specific questions about graduate school, studying in Egypt, life in Egypt, please feel free to let me know in the comments and I will answer. I love to answer all of you guys because I like to really feel present when I'm, engaging with my supporters. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.